This is The Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Rojas. On The Scorecard tonight, another tennis heartbreak, Ayala sent home in Japan Open opener. In the NCAA, Arellano hands LPU fourth straight loss, 92-65, while San Benavent's Fury in vengeance win over EAC, 81-64. In the PVL, Akari Zeus Coffee dominate as both teams stay unbeaten in Pool B. In Major League Baseball, the Dodgers survived ninth inning scare, edge Brewers 2-1 in thrilling NLCS opener. While in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks make history as three Antetokounmpo brothers unite in Milwaukee. And our sports correspondent Sheila Salaysay has all the highlights of the 5th Ciclab Youth Sports Awards. All the headlines and more on The Scorecard tonight, the 14th of October. Now, here's our roundup. Alex Ayala's Japan Open run ended before it really began as the Filipina tennis ace fell to Czech sensation Teresa Valentova 1-6, 2-6 in the first round in Osaka. Valentova, world number 78, stormed through the match in just 1 hour and 27 minutes, showing why she earned her spot in the main draw after qualifying. Ayala, ranked 54th, never got her rhythm going as the Czech grabbed an early 4-0 lead and closed the first set 6-1. The second set was more of the same. Valentova jumped to 3-0 before Ayala finally got on the board. She broke serve to make it 2-5, but it was too little too late as Valentova wrapped up the match with authority. It's the second straight early exit for Ayala, who also fell in the qualifying round of the Wuhan Open earlier this month after a stretch of deep tournament runs. In the NCAA, Arellano University roared back, dominating LPU 92-65 at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center, snapping back from a tough loss to unbeaten Perpetual Help. Renzo Abiera led the charge with 16 points, while Timac Ongotan posted a 13-point, 10-rebound double-double. Arellano took control early, outscoring LPU in every quarter and showed off their small ball lineup with correct transitions and relentless defense. LPU struggled to match the Chiefs' pace, with John Barba leading the Pirates with 18 points and 8 rebounds, but it wasn't enough to avoid their fourth straight loss. Meanwhile, San Beda University unleashed their fury on Emilio Aguinaldo College 81-64, with Captain Yukian Andrada returning from injury. Jonty Miller had 14 points and 9 rebounds, while Jomel Puno contributed 12 points, 6 boards, and 2 assists. The Red Lions dominated from the start, building a 17-point lead in the first half behind Andrada, Puno, and Zed Etule. A third-period commotion between EAC's Wilmar Oftana and the Red Lions' bench led to a technical foul, but San Beda kept their cool and closed out the game strong with clutch triples. Oftana had 9 points and 4 rebounds, while Nico Quinal chipped in 9 markers, all in the first quarter. EAC now sits tied with Letran at the bottom of Group B. Moving on to the PVL, Akari survived Cheritigo in a 5-set marathon, 25-11, 22-25, 29-27, 17-25, 15-7 at the Araneta Coliseum. The Chargers led Pool B with a 2-0 record after turning back the crossovers in a thriller. Star libero Justin Hazareno had 27 digs and 6 receptions, taking player of the game. Mitchum and Elisoyud scored 17 points each. Sed Domingo had 16, including 5 blocks. Rookie Chen Tagaod added 11, and Mars Alba directed the offense with 21 excellent sets. Meanwhile, Zeus Coffee also improved to 2-0 after sweeping Galleries 25-22, 25-16, 25-16. Import Ana De Beer had 18 points, 2 aces, and 1 block, while rookie local AC Minor earned Player of the Game honors with 10 points, 7 attacks, 2 aces, and 1 SWAT. Coach Jerry called it a work in progress, but the team showed promise. Gallery struggled with only Yelena Zvikovic in double digits with 11 points. Akari and Zeus Coffee look to keep their win streaks alive as they eye their next Pool B matches. George Polanco is turning October into his personal highlight reel only 3 days after his 15-inning walk-off in a LDS Game 5. The Mariners' calm, clutch second baseman nicknamed George Bonds by teammates delivered another big moment. Polanco crushed a go-ahead 3-run homer in the 5th inning, powering Seattle to a 10-3 win over the Blue Jays. Add Julio Rodriguez and Josh Naylor's blasts, plus a dominant bullpen. And suddenly, the Mariners' long-denied World Series glory are 2 wins from history. Polanco isn't flashy, he doesn't sprint or roar. He's steady, unshakable, the perfect counterpoint to Seattle's high-energy stars. After his Alds walk-off, teammates mobbed him as he offered a quiet, reluctant grin. Meanwhile, the Dodgers survived a nail-biter, edging the Brewers 2-1 in NLCS Game 1. Blake Snell was near perfect, 8 shutout innings with 10 strikeouts, but LA's bullpen had to grind to close it out. Freddie Freeman broke a scoreless tie with a solo homer in the 6th. Rookie Rocky Sasaki came in for the 9th but struggled under pressure as Milwaukee pushed back with a walk. A ground rule double from Jake Bowers, a sacrifice fly by Jackson Churio, and a bases-loaded walk to Christian Yelich. LA held on, but the series is far from settled. The Antetokounmpo legacy just got bigger. The Milwaukee Bucks have signed Alex Antetokounmpo, the youngest of the 5 brothers, to a 2-way deal, joining Giannis and Thanasis in a historic NBA first. Never before have 3 brothers shared the same roster at the same time. And now, the Bucks are making it happen. Alex, who went undrafted in 2021, had stints in the G League with Raptors 905 and the Wisconsin Herd before playing last season in Greece, with PAOK averaging 1.2 points and 1.1 rebounds in 14 games. Thanasis returns after recovering from a torn Achilles, signing a 1-year, $2.9 million deal. While Giannis, the 2-time MVP and 9-time All-Star, remains the heart of the franchise, coming off a dominant season with 30.4 points and 11.9 rebounds per game. Alex is expected to split time with the Herd this season, but his presence alongside his brothers is sure to keep Giannis locked in and energized for another title run. The Bucks, who finished 48-34 last season, tip off their 2025 campaign on October 22 against the Washington Wizards. And now here's your daily dose of sports lingo. Did you know some chess players engage in smurfing? Smurfing means playing on a lower-rated account to dominate weaker players or to practice strategies without affecting your main rating. This term also is common in esports. It's often seen as unfair or unsportsmanlike behavior. So next time you play online, watch out for Smurfs who seem too good for their rating. It's time for our off-court buzzer. A major twist hits the F1 paddock as Cadillac, the American powerhouse preparing for its Formula One debut, reportedly eyes Charles Leclerc as its future star driver. Leclerc, who has been the face of Ferrari since 2019, seems to be losing patience. Despite his talent and 8 Grand Prix wins, the team has failed to deliver a winning car this season. He currently sits 5th in the standings. The Monaco native hasn't held back his frustration, calling out Ferrari's struggles after the Singapore Grand Prix. His manager, Nicolas Todt, even hinted that Leclerc is ready to change, saying he wants to fight for world titles, not just points. And now enter Cadillac. Team director and F1 legend Mario Andretti praised Leclerc as one of the strongest drivers on the grid and said he'd welcome him with open arms. Andretti added that they need a couple of years to prove themselves, but he's exactly the kind of talent they dream of signing. So imagine this, Leclerc swapping Ferrari red for Cadillac blue and silver, a bold move that could shake up the entire grid. As pressure builds on team principal Fred Vasseur to deliver results under next year's new regulations, fans are asking the big question. Will Leclerc stay loyal to Ferrari or take a gamble on a new era with Cadillac? And that's our roundup for tonight, the 14th of October. Up next, our sports correspondent Sheila Salaysay has all the highlights of the 5th Ciclab Youth Sports Awards. When we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. The future looks bright for Philippine sports as 73 outstanding athletes were recognized at the 5th Ciclab Youth Sports Awards. Sheila Salaysay has all the highlights of this glittering night. So let's check out the rising sports heroes who continue to give honor to flag and country.
Tonight, we celebrate the new wave of Filipino champions, dreamers who turned hard work into victory, whose drive and pride power the future of Philippine sports. In a glittering ceremony at the Diamond Hotel in Manila, the 5th Ciclab Youth Sports Awards honored 73 outstanding young Filipino athletes for their talent, dedication, and achievements that bring pride to the nation. In attendance was Mr. Terry Capistrano, president of PATAFA, who expressed his continued support for the athletes and programs promoting the growth of youth and Philippine athletics.
People who are sacrificing resources and their time for this nation, they have to be honored, especially these children. I call them children because quite a lot of them are still below 16, and they have to be recognized, they have to be honored, and vis-a-vis, it also honors their parents. It's very encouraging to see all of this. There's in my speech I said I really sense a great sense of energy, amongst the young athletes, and I can feel the sense of urgency as far as the adults are concerned, and not my sports leaders.
One of the awardees is a young figure skater from Albay and the only Filipino to bring home a medal in singles figure skating at the Asian Open Trophy.
Most of us Filipinos, we try our best in figure skating. Well, even though we fall a lot, we still try to have fun. Well, figure skating is really fun. So I guess we Filipinos have determination.
Champion bowler Royce Padua honored for winning the Youth Masters at the 43rd PBA Open Championships and the Under-15 title at the 49th MWA Thailand International Open in July 2025.
The difficult thing in playing the sport is like when you lose, it's like it serves as your motivation to keep doing better in future tournaments. I motivate myself by seeing myself that I could do better, and for me to say that I am better.
Proving that silence is not weakness, Angelito Barro II, a national athlete who is deaf and mute, continues to break barriers, showing that no physical limitation can stand in the way of true excellence.
Actually po, very proud na proud kami sa kanya, ma'am. At hindi namin alam na makakarating siya sa ganitong sitwasyon dahil siya ay may kapansanan. Deaf and mute po siya. 3 years and a half po, patient, sabi ko sa kanya, at makakamit din niya ang gusto niyang maging Philippine national athlete. So yun po, yung during pandemic po nangyari yun. Kaya po nung natawagan po siya, talagang naglululundag siya na natanggap na daw po siya ng Tapos yun, nakarating na po siya ng Singapore, lumaban po siya. At ang mga kalaban po niya ay mga normal, mga speech. Pero po siya po ang nanalo, nakauwi po siya ng medals.
Through its continued support for youth programs, the Philippine Sports Commission once again emphasizes the importance of grassroots development, nurturing young athletes, discovering new talents, and building a stronger foundation for the future of Philippine sports.
When you see a 5-year-old kid, 6 years old, 7 years old getting a trophy, you realize this boy and this girl will not stop anymore. This will be their life. Ito na ang buhay nila bilang atleta. And dapat lang suportahan. When the kids, when the community, when the young generation realize na yung suporta ng gobyerno all out para sa Philippine sports, do you think they will stop? No. The parents will even encourage them. The community will encourage them. And that is what we are trying to do. Kaya sinasabi nga natin, grassroots to gold, gold to greatness. Hindi shortcut yun eh. Mahirap maging atleta eh. Kung wala yung siklab na yon, you will not be successful.
Top weightlifters JR Colonia, Alexandra Andias, Althea Bacaro, Jody Peralta, and Albert Ian de los Santos were highlighted for their exceptional performances at the 2025 World Youth and Junior Championships in Lima, where the Philippines emerged as overall champion among 33 nations with an impressive tally of 10 gold, 3 silver, and 3 bronze medals. Also recognized were outstanding junior athletes from various disciplines: Carl Eldru Yulo of gymnastics, Rian Maliksi of golf, P. Durden Wangkai of athletics, Dean Darnett Venerable of taekwondo, Tenny Madis of tennis, Kira Ellis of triathlon, and Sam Cantada of volleyball, among others. Capping off the night were special honors, with Carlos Yulo named Sports Idol of the Year, Cynthia Carrion receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award, and Christian Gonzalez recognized as Godfather of the Year. We honor not just their victories, but the passion that fuels them. It's not just about the medals, it's about heart. To the next generation of Pinoy champions, keep the flame burning. Reporting for the Scorecard, Sheila Salaysay, Billionaire News Channel.
Up next, the lights get brighter and the pressure hits different. Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Freddy Peralta, 2 aces, 1 mission. Control the chaos. The Dodgers have the lead, but Milwaukee's crowd is ready to roar back. Who strikes first under the lights? We're about to find out. So you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. Here we go again. The lights are bright. And the noise is deafening. And the National League Championship Series is turning into a battle of nerves. The Dodgers up 1-0. Roll into Game 2 feeling the heat and loving it. Now Milwaukee, they're desperate to strike back before the series shifts west. Blake Snell, masterclass. That's the only word for it. 8 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts, and 1 base runner allowed. Total control. Freddie Freeman broke the deadlock with a roof-scrape homer that barely cleared the right field wall. And from there, it was all about survival. The Dodgers' bullpen, chaotic but clutch. Roki Sasaki nearly gave it all away in the 9th. But Blake Trinan shut the door, striking out Bryce Turang with the bases loaded. A 2-1 win that felt like 12 rounds in a title fight. Now, it's round 2. And this one has classic written all over it. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the new star in blue. 12-8, 2.49 ERA, and 201 strikeouts. A calculated killer with command that looks computer-generated. Now on the other side, Freddy Peralta, 17 wins, 204 strikeouts, an absolute anchor for Milwaukee, who's been lights out at home all year long. This isn't just pitching. This is a technical showdown. And whoever blinks first could swing the series. Los Angeles is on a tear, 9-1 in their last 10. Their rotation is dealing and their defense looks bulletproof. But the Brewers, they don't break easy. They've been the NL's best home team all year. They just need one big swing to flip the script. And don't forget, Milwaukee dominated the season series, 6 wins out of 7. That's confidence that you cannot fake. Shohei Ohtani, you saw him super happy there. He's been a one-man light show, 55 homers, 25 doubles, 9 triples. And Hernandez is heating up, 13 hits in his last 10 games. But Milwaukee's Bryce and Jackson, they've been relentless, combining for clutch hits and speed that can turn any ground ball into trouble. The bad news, both bullpens bruising. The Brewers are missing Brandon Woodruff, Shelby Miller, and Garrett Mitchell. The Dodgers' injury list reads like a novel. Yates, Gonsolin, Phillips, Gratnerol. So every out, every pitch, every decision is magnified. Game 2 is where we find out who can handle the pressure. Los Angeles has the lead, but Milwaukee's crowd is ready to erupt. Yamamoto versus Peralta. 2 aces, 1 stage, 0 margin for error. So stay ahead of the game as the NLCS heats up in Milwaukee. The Dodgers are rolling, the Brewers are brewing, and every pitch from here on out feels like a punch to the gut. And that's a wrap on our NLCS Game 2 preview. The Dodgers chasing back-to-back titles, the Brewers chasing redemption. One team's playing with house money, the other's playing for its life. The stage is set, the pressure's real, so tune in, lock in, and as always, keep your eyes on the prize. Now, just in fresh from the pitch, Philippines stuns Timor-Leste 3-1 home win in Capas. The Philippine men's football team triumphed at the new Clark City Athletic Stadium, claiming a huge home win in the 2027 AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. The Filipinos keep their Asian Cup dreams alive and prove that home soil still means home pride. Congratulations to Team Philippines. Before we go, think on this. From a legendary runner celebrated for pushing the limits of human endurance, he has completed some of the world's toughest challenges, including 50 marathons in 50 U.S. states in 50 consecutive days, and a marathon to the South Pole in freezing temperatures. Dean Carnazes once said, "Run when you can, walk if you have to, crawl if you must, but just never give up." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Billionaire News Channel. This is Anton Rojas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.